we are in this here town where there's a lot of snakes. We're going to kill them mercilessly.
Will do.
Might not have to. Don't really care. I want to check this place out anyway. I want to see what's in this here door. I'm hoping the rest of the week stays calm and that I can maybe get... Ah, okay. I've been here before. I'm hoping the rest of the week stays calm and I can get a lot done this week with this. I want a week like I had that one week where I was playing it for 5 days straight and I just was knocking things out left and right. Alright, what is over here? We came out of that door. Anything to loot? Anybody up here? Is there anybody up here? Is there anybody there? Ooh, ooh. I discovered something. What is it?
On it.
Is it? No. Grenades. I was hoping for cake. Yeah, this must take me up. But first money. These fine gents right here should be able to provide me with some funds. And they're even going to breathe heavily while they do it. I want to see what's up here. I'm sure climbing this wall will end well. Loose masonry mars the southern wall of the gatehouse. Some of the protruding bricks look prominent enough to climb. Yet the stonework feels slick with sea spray and slime moss. You estimate a difficult climb and a dangerous fall. Okay, you guys have done pretty good with climbing ropes, so... Careful, any noise could draw unwanted attention, Zodi says. I ain't worried about unwanted attention. Grappling hook lands with a loud clang. No sooner have you pulled it tight than you hear splashing and hissing behind you. Yeah, come on, buddies. Come on. Oh no, not more snakes that I've been ruthlessly destroying.
Let's go.
Sights. Think you got the decency to die?
Sodi sounds like such a badass.
Another attack, Cap.
Yeah. Like, seriously, that's it? 2 of them? You 2 weren't even worth hitting the pause button. Oh, an eyeball. Reptilian eye. I always wanted one of those. Not really. That would be weird. Alright, let's climb. Oh, no, wait. What's that? Is that a different part of the wall? Okay, you can't get up there on the side. Alright. I guess I gotta interact with it from the top. Climb the roof. You ascend quickly and easily to the top of the tower. Maybe that's just the way down.
Aye.
Hello? Wait a minute. Maya,
You were saying?
I want you to stealth. If there's anybody over here, we're going to draw them over to the flaming barrels and blow them up. Because blowing up snake people, fun and good times. That's a big tower. Nobody over here. It's a lighthouse. They were talking about a lighthouse last time I played this. Alright, everybody over here then. I'll eventually work my way throughout this whole town, but... Just curious to see what else is up here. Okay, lighthouse is there. Takes us down to the beach, another footprint. You remember the feat that made these stomping across Kadnua. Ooh, door. Enemy? Where enemy? Oh, on a roof.
Sorry, friend.
Can we go in the door?
I can't.
Can't venture forth in combat. Ah, okay. Yeah, screw you. We'll come back for you in a second. Come on. Dead snake person. Coral Naga totem. Zodi. Actually, shoot, wait a minute. Back up, guys. Zodi, show him what we do to Coral Naga totems.
Dim in a lantern. All thick, worthen raw. I reap what
Surprise fire.
so.
Frog in a figurehead. Futile.
Sucks to be you, my friend. Ooh, Blightheart went up. Deal 20 critical hits with the weapon. That shouldn't be a problem. Heartbeat heals 20% of the damage done by the weapon per 3 seconds for a short duration. I'm guessing that's an ability she can use. I don't know if that's passive or not. Sweet.
Speak freely.
Alright. Suit that. The pillar's gone. As I want it.
Not a problem, Captain.
Oop, everybody, not just Maya. Another grappling hook. Place one I used. Anything up here?
Ready to.
Oh, you guys are behind the rubble. I can attack the rubble?
Could be a fight.
I don't think I can pull that.
Can you do anything with the rubble? Maybe I gotta blow it up. I guess I ain't fighting you guys right this second. I could come around and kill you. Actually, back up. Hold up. Maybe I can do it with fire. Just drop a... Might get right there. E3. come this way. No idea if that's actually gonna work or not. They just had question marks appear above their heads, like they were like, what the hell is this dude doing? Alright, guess I can't blow that up the way I wanted to. Like, what's this idiot doing? Alright, keep going, get away from him. Alright, screw it. I think we're just gonna hit this lighthouse, because I'm sure there's something here. I'm sure it told me last time I played, I don't remember what. Reach the Ondra lighthouse at the other end of the fort. If I can reach the lighthouse, I might be able to speak to Aethys again. Oh, I'll bet that, bombard thing is for blowing away that rubble. Which I don't have to do. I'd have to run all the way over there to do it. Screw it. Let's just go in lighthouse, see what happens. Lighthouse is quiet before soft, sibilant whispers. There's a repetitive, incantatory quality to them. Yet as you cross the threshold, an old Naga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Give the order, Captain. Or just nod. I'm not picky.
Maya's upper lip pulls back in a grimace. His head twitches in her direction, his tongue flickering.
So, the fiends corrupt even the sand-striped ones. Now I taste their stench on her. If you join them in befouling the Ondra, then you will join them in death, too.
I would not talk shit, buddy. I've been slaughtering you fairly easily up until this point. You're telling me this slaughter is all about Ondra.
The tree of the gods, yes, which these fiends plunder and profane. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
His tongue whips from his mouth like a ribbed streamer. What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
The other Naga hiss in agreement. You're saying the gods have brought ruin on Deadfire before. He bears his broken fang in surprise.
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Ondra roots.
At this, the others hiss angrily. Sandstripe, you're describing the Huana.
Their ancestors, yes. Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
His beads and bangles rattle as he brings his hands together in a loud clap. So you think history is repeating itself?
You shufflers are beasts of habit. You do not learn. You do not change. You cast off your sheddings by night, only to put them back on at daybreak. You wrap yourself in filthy, worn-out things.
Alright, so I have an old hoodie on. Why judge me?
Our ancestors hid deep, where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again.
He thumps his tail on the floorboards.
The gods see. They will tear them all down.
I'm a watcher. I can restore the Ondra if you'll just let me near it. His tail whips on the ground as he considers you.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
My tongue is not fat. It's pleasantly plump. What would you consider proof?
I tell you, thick tongues lie, forked tongues do not. If what you say is true, then surely you can speak with the dead.
He cocks his head to appraise you with one eye.
I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
Well, that's easy enough. Pull Yanasa's soul into the here. Hear this, Sugan. Yanasa's bright, wispy form appears, and the other Naga pull themselves into tight, fearful knots. Only Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked. Maya smirks.
Sugan, I found the way.
Motion pulses through her essence, crackling in the ether.
Yes? You died. We saw.
I told you so.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
She turns briefly to you, but Sugan's mouth is rigid in a broken fang grimace.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Yanis.
I thought this was what you wanted. Just listen to her, Sugan. Yanas turns to Sugan, hissing angrily.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the Godwalker, like the way.
She looks towards the dual Adra vein. Sugan and the others follow her gaze.
He will open the way.
Yanas points to you just as she begins to disappear. As the last of Yanas's essence fades back into the in-between, Sugan regards the Adra vein, calculation flickering in his eyes. At last, he turns his guarded gaze on you.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough? Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
To the Adra. Alright, save it in case this turns into a fight. Though, like I said, if it does, you guys are totally gonna get whooped.
As your hand touches the dim Audra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra, and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys's shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua?
I just love to watch you leave, baby. I was kidding. You destroyed my castle and ate my soul, jackass. I want to know what you're doing.
Many Kith would like to know the gods' designs. Why is it so important to you?
Last time you appeared, it heralded the death of thousands.
At first, he does not respond, but there is a wavering from the light within him. A momentary dimming that allows you to see the souls within the Audra clearly.
I never sought violence or death, but Margren and the Hand Occult have ensured that the world believes the madman Widewind tried to destroy the Deerwood and everyone in it. In truth, a war was what I desired, but not one of violence. I sought a war of conscience. If people saw that the ruins so faithfully guarded by the Glanfathans were nothing more than machines the Angwithans had used to turn themselves into gods, what could that mean?
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the god's true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
I'm honored.
Yes, I will tell you, but this is not the time. As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
Where are you going? I'll meet you there.
The edges of Aethys' massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
Are you ghosting me?
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow. Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
Oh, well, thank you kindly.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap. Aethys' figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
See, I told you, snake people. The Nagas stare at the glowing Audra, their diamond pupils wide. Sugan turns his gaze to you, his body in a cautious half-coil.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere.
Your type weren't exactly accommodating.
We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission.
Curiosity and consternation simmer in his eyes. It's because they killed your people and took your land. They see everything differently.
Shufflers find many stories to explain their hunger and violence.
His tail flicks in irritation.
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it.
Not an option, Snake. Bet you were keeping count of how many good soldiers you fanged.
Maya narrows her eyes and draws her weapon. You're probably not going to like what I'm going to do here, Maya. And now he owes us. A debt is more useful than blood.
Captain?
Maya turns to you, her right eye twitching. Pace yourself. We have more important fights ahead of us.
Aye, aye, sir.
Gritting her teeth, Maya secures her weapon and stands down, her fist balled at her sides. Just trust me.
You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this. And for your mercy.
He presses something into your palm before departing. See, he gave me a magical item. Strand of Favor. +1 intellect, -10 hostile effect duration, +10 beneficial effect duration. That, I think I'm actually going to be giving to... I think I was going to give that to Yidwin. Because I remember seeing about this item when I was rebuilding her. I was looking some things up. Get rid of that. Oh boy, she wants to talk. I'm sure she's not too happy with me. Here, get rid of that.
Arthik Worthen Roth.
Alright, that's done. I need to level you guys up.
I hear you.
I need to actually respec Eder. I didn't do that when I was off stream last time. So he can have mechanics, so I don't have to keep relying on Sagani, or not Sagani, Seraphim for that each time. Alright. Let's do some leveling real quick. Okay, ooh, I have the final power level. Inspired Strike. Strike an enemy with a powerful melee attack, dealing high damage and stunning them. After the strike, received acute and swift inspirations temporarily. Fighter interposes himself or herself between incoming attacks and nearby allies. Final damage total of any attack against a nearby ally is cut in half, with the fighter taking the other half as raw damage. 10 seconds. That might not be terrible. Sundering Blow. Fighter makes a primary attack that gains bonus penetration and lowers the target's armor ratings. Unrelenting. Excuse me. Revive. Ooh, that's a passive. Revive with 100 health, +10 all defenses, +2 armor rating, +3 of each fighter resource. Holy crap, that's definite. Chopping Wood. Fighters with power attacks gain bonus hit to crit. Increases your power level, increasing the effectiveness of all abilities. Let's do that in the next level, because I'm on 19. I'll maybe get Sundering Blow. Let's give you survival and athletics. Driving Roar. Upgraded from Barbaric Roar. Enemies are also pushed and take crush damage. Instrument of Boundless Rage. Hurls a large, rage-imbued weapon at their target, exploding into a ball of fire on impact, knocking the target prone. That hits the target and his foe AoE damage. Blood Surge. Each time a barbarian kills an enemy, they have a chance to gain rage. Not a bad idea. Barbaric Retaliation. Lash out at anyone who critically hits him in melee, making a full attack against them. Ooh, he's got some stuff here I kind of like. I think I'm going to go with Barbaric Retaliation. Blood Surge. Actually, no, not Blood Surge. I'll get Blood Surge next time. I'm gonna get Instrument of Boundless Rage. Hey, Tenwin, how you doing? My buddy, my friend, my compatriot. We just did the lighthouse thing. We now need to go to the Ashen Maw. Yes, just one more level. Who is this? Sodi? Sodi. Priest calls upon Magrin to cleanse the target in flames, whereby they are bombarded by pillars of flame until their sins have been cleansed. Each pillar deals burn, crush damage, and reduces the durations for hostile and beneficial effects. That's not faux AoE. I don't know about that one. Call of Rimmergand. Revenge of Skane. Blessing of Whale. Attackers are blinded. Friendly AoE all defenses. That one actually doesn't look too bad. After you do Ashen Maw, you'll enter the endgame, aka the final main story choice, as well as unlocking the Secret Slayer Survivor. However, you will unlock a few smart quests after you're done with Hasongo. Blessing of Whale is really good. Yeah, I was thinking it looked good from the looks of it too. Hand of Bareth. Target, -5 all power levels for 30 seconds. And Prestige increases your power level. I'm thinking Prestige, and then next level I might get Hand of Bareth. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do Ashen Maw next. I'll see what gets unlocked after doing Hasongo here, but... And then after Ashen Maw, I'll just knock out all the DLC. And then everything else is left, and then we'll proceed.
Captain, a word?
You're not going to be happy with me because I told you we weren't going to kill the Naga. What's on your mind? Wait. Yes, Maya.
What, did Ishi defecate in your favorite helmet or something?
No, was that rude?
You've spoken to Aethys, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap. There's no stopping him, is there?
I'm not ruling out the chance of an unlikely solution.
So, that's a no?
She sighs away some of her tension, rolling her shoulders and cracking her neck.
I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it.
Care to elaborate?
It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill.
Maya folds her arms and grins. Oh, I have to hear this.
There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine.
There's a quest you have to do for Huana. After that, I think you only got the DLC quest. That's not really that bad then, because for some reason I thought I had a lot more left than that. I mean, I still have to explore. There's a little bit more of the map, but you said some of that parts of the map to the north unlock later on. Like, I can't access it all right now, if I remember you correctly. I think there were a few other things to the south I needed to check out too that I left for some reason.
The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness, like someone out there was aiming me. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide, but the bullet took my target between his eyes.
Ooh, you scored a crit. She traces a circle over her brow.
I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die. I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Aethys is meant to succeed.
Ever question your career choice?
Choice is a funny word. I never planned to live by the gun. One day I put a bullet through a Bronzoa while the Ranganui happened to be watching, and the rest was history. I can still take pride in my work, if that's what you're asking.
Time will tell if Aethys getting what he wants is good for the rest of us.
Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
I had some questions.
I've got some answers.
Never mind. Let's be off. Alright. Let's see what else is going on in this place. Everybody. Ooh, it's pretty up here.
On it.
Sit here. Single cinder bomb. Lonely cat. Come here, you don't have to be lonely anymore. Corlegan. What's your deal, Corlegan? +5 damage from area of effect attacks. Party's healing potions and abilities are more effective. You know what? Here, hang out with us for a while. We're not really getting hit by ice attacks necessarily right now, so I can replace the little guy I had with me. Take a look through the rest of the town real quick. There's areas I didn't. You guys are leaving, right? You're not going to go kill the survivors in
The
that.
snakes are fooling themselves if they think this is over.
Alright. Let's go this way. Actually, no, wait a minute. Can I? I could probably go in here now because I'm not being shot at.
I remember the last time I talked to a god. Oh, wait, this doesn't just happen to everyone else? Well,
It's happened to me a few times. You should get out more.
If you got something to tell us.
Yeah, right, fair point, that. Captain?
His ear twitches.
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Aethys is heading to a place called Mogren's Teeth.
Oh, that be some right shit news, Cap. Margaret's teeth be hot as the sun and twice the height.
What about you, though? I'm getting flashes of those episodes you used to have in Deerwood. You know, when you were going crazy.
I'm doing fine, really. Eder looks unconvinced.
And we be charting a course for Mogren's tits. Teeth. Apologies, force of habit. Onwards, Captain.
Seraph is one of my favorite characters, I think. This game is so good with just giving you party members that are just fun to have around. I don't know if I've ever really played a game like this where I wish I could take everybody at the same time. Even Takehu, and I didn't think I would care much for Takehu, but the little bit I've used him, I actually was like interested in him. Flecks of sealing wax cling to the tip of the blade. Hasongo Ford expanded design. Fine pistol and a note. Letter from Latharan. This letter is written in a small, meticulous hand. Co. You know, I've never been one for superstition, but I'm telling you, there's something to these dreams. Couldn't tell you what they mean, only that they wake me 3 times a night. All of us working your farms, pious Aethesians to a man, are having them too. I've no mind to tell you how to run your fort, but I've got to look after my brethren here. We left homes and families in Raceris. Now we're seeing strange things and laboring next to a duke's ransom in black powder. Or did you reckon a dumb hick like me wouldn't notice? Latharan. Has a lot of connection to Takehu. I may have to fit him in my party for that then. Oh god, wait, that's lamp barrel. Get back, get back.
Still got it.
Get back. thought that was a regular barrel. That could have been bad. Okay, so all that did was throw me up here. I go in here? I don't think I did. I did not. Hasongo Workshop Records. Majaverno, received from Takawa, 135 barrels of saltpeter, 209 crates of ammunition. Sent to Takawa, 536 sacks of rice, muckleberries. Sent to Brass Citadel, black powder. Received from Takawa, saltpeter, ammunition. Sent to Takawa, rice and muckberries. So they were trading for food to get ammunition and sending some of it to the Citadel. Just be careful going in here. Oh, you must be the guy that has the stuff for the cannon that I ended up not using. You won't mind if I inspect your chest, soldier? An older man hunches over a work table, scribbling furiously by the light of a flickering lantern. His hair is an oily, matted mess, and his cheeks are streaked with black. He looks up as you enter, shielding his eyes from a torchlight behind you.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Just keep that bird away from my work.
He glares at Ishiza.
Stand down, Ishi. The man is doing important work.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy. I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you?
Slave's sphincter? He brushes a lock of greasy hair behind his ear. As he does, his ink-stained fingers leave another mark on his cheek. What are you doing?
I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in Colossus, the next Naga warband.
He blinks, his eyes wide and distant.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
He turns back to the pages on the table. What happened here?
What didn't? A Colossus made of Ondra marched through the fort, grew bright like luminous, and scores of soldiers fell dead. Incredible.
His quill stops moving and his gaze grows distant.
If Aethys got to them first, then you can fit their remains in a pouch of white leaf.
Sighing, Maya scratches the back of her head.
Then the Naga killed everyone else. Except Latharn, I suppose. Yes, he must have left.
Latharn?
Dawnstar fellow. Arrived yesterday, last week. Complained of strange dreams. Smart of him to leave so soon.
He's gotta be acting on his dreams, trying to help our god.
Deer nods in agreement. Sahira survived, along with a few others.
They should split up. Safer that way. Better odds.
I see.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Sahira told me you had explosive shells for the bombard.
Just the one. Just the one. Someone came and took it. Oh, that was you.
He frowns, looking at the chest and scratching his head with the end of his quill. Sorry, I was being proactive. There are survivors holed up by the docks. I can help you reach them. He waves a hand, already turning back to his notes.
Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it.
He wipes his cheek, smearing more ink across it.
I must see that my work survives.
Farewell. Okay, I think other than down here, we've been everywhere else, and there shouldn't be anybody over there because everybody left. So let's go back to here. Check on everybody, and I guess we're done here.
Scalebell
silent cowards! I knew they'd run!
Yeah, you tell him.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Unlike the other survivors you've seen, this young man, despite a haggard look and a set of dirt-smeared, tattered clothes, wears a calm face and speaks with a steady voice. Yes, actually. My friend is looking for someone we were told might live around here.
A short lady, about my age. Came from Deerwood with her son.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you. Face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
Young man's face remains smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. We're in the right place. She must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's.
I'm your father.
She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
'Cause that's what you ask the kid. You're protecting her, we understand.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Relax, Adir's a good man. Likes animals.
Lions, bats, and Orlans, to name a few.
Baron nods without a hint of humor or personality. An ear twitching, Seraphim narrows his eyes.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
What's his name, Durance?
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him?
Baron nods slowly.
Well, that's great. You had a dad.
A moment passes with Eder staring at Byrne with a strange, undulating grimace drawn back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
There's a trace of a smile that seems to come with the last word. Eder appears confused. She's at church?
I don't think you take my meaning. She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu.
Eder's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now. But if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
The boy's hinted smile brightens, his eyes far away. Eder's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
He takes a short step towards Byrne, who takes 2 steps backward. It does look like he might be alone here.
Well, he hides his grief pretty well, doesn't he?
Eder stares the boy down, then turns away with a grunt and not worth a gesture.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
He points northward.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
What do you mean, march with Aethys?
Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
Well, I know a lot of dead Deerwoodans who will be relieved to hear that.
We were victims of a quarrel of gods.
And seeing what we've seen, it's hard to believe they got our best interests at heart.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again.
You seem confident a god is causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my god knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
At this, Eder looks up at Byrne.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Guderian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
The words fall from his mouth bulky and awkward as if someone else had stuffed them there.
And he saw Aethys marching down the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
And the Shining God told Guderian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Guderian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, it shouldn't matter.
How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea? You're not taking my diving suit.
There'll be a great journey, but we're prepared.
We have a snorkel.
Guderian Bosch knows the way.
Has this Bosch shown proof of his visions?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Guderian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Why did you lie to us about knowing Balafa?
Guderian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith, especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Eder, did you get what you needed here? Eder takes a deep breath. He looks around, then at Byrne. He nods tight-lipped.
We can go.
We'll be going.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Aethys in Neketaka. I am soon to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you.
I'll be stopping there, it seems.
Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
Eder spits. Ouch.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
She looks up at the lighthouse, giddy with relief. Given all this happened here, you sound extremely confident.
The lighthouse shines again. We survived. It's proof that our people can conquer anything. That our works can survive even here.
We were the ones that got the lighthouse. She finally turns to you with a broad, triumphant smile.
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
She eyes the dawn stars in the crater's footprint. Where can I find the Hasanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Neketaka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
Actually, I'm heading to Mogren's Teeth.
Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies?
She laughs, a brittle edge creeping back into her voice.
The only thing I know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire. And no one's ever come back from it.
She swallows, fear making hollows of her eyes.
But anything can be overcome.
She smiles grimly. When somebody else is there to do it for you, yes. Farewell.
Clear skies.
She crosses her forearms over her chest. I'm gonna take this and this. Alright. No one has ever come back from there. Oh no, where have I heard that one before? Feels like all the time. If I had a dime for every time somebody told me I wasn't going to come back from some place because other people never came back there, I would be a very rich man. I should keep a counter of that kind of thing. And then when I'm 80 years old and I'm still streaming, look back and see how many times I actually came back from a place that no one else has come back from. What the shit? Are we having a party? Are we holding a concert? No, you guys are gonna have to pay for this afterward. Captain Yui. Hasongo is a mound of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance, you can tell they are making good speed. One of the ships pulls alongside yours, and a well-dressed Mawa man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognize Atsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Timely of you to show up, boss. I was just scribbling down my daily report. Maya folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid it will have to wait until I return to the Brass Citadel, he nods at Maya. It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He's gazing toward Hasongo with a peculiar smile. The Ondra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. Nekataka is a buzz of praise for your deeds as well. What is this all about? You're kind of making me a little nervous. I want to extend a thanks to the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand toward the Ondra beacon. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace want to hear of this, no doubt. You may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. I need to reach the Ashen Maw in Magran's Teeth. It's as though a cold wind has blown over the deck. At the mere mention of Magran's Teeth, the Rautayan soldiers stare at you in shock and horror. Those who are not frozen with their mouths agape are whispering fearfully amongst themselves. Atsura silences them with an unreadable glare. He turns back to you with a brittle smile that does not reach his eyes. Forgive my compatriots. Magran's Teeth is a volcanic chain along the northeastern edge of Deadfire. It is also among the most treacherous places in the archipelago. He casts a glance back at the anxious sailors. The waters around it are patrolled by giants said to be born of Magran's own volcanoes. Even our well-armed ships do not venture there. He tilts his head in apology. But I suspect Queen Onikaza could direct you to Ashen Maw if you are set on going there. All the more reason to visit her palace. He smiles cryptically. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain Liquid. Atsura nods as his crew makes ready to sail once more. He's real insistent about me going to see her. The super suspicious side of me wonders why that is. Fun fact, depending on your interactions in the first game, Kana will be in that scene. Oh, what was happening?
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk.
On a boat with Atsura. That's neat.
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
This shit again. You know, I'm starting to look forward to these chats.
You can't be certain, but you think you might see the barest hint of a smile tugging at the edges of the Pallid Knight's lips.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light.
2. I think we actually got the I think I actually did it before you said it, and I actually got it right this time, for once.
Tell me what you have learned.
I'm alright with Bareth. I have no problem with her, really. He makes from Ogren's teeth.
Intriguing.
The pallid knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend. Tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words
ring out, and a heavy silence descends.
Sorry, I forgot you speak for me.
In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you.
Hi, Rimmergan, how you doing, buddy? You're looking healthier than the last time I saw you.
In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more.
Whale looks really funny. I don't know what it is, if it's the mouth or that giant eye, but he looks really... What the hell is happening over here? Ondra,
They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wow.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages. And we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
Say nothing.
We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Ondra roll to meet yours.
Yeah, it's not the only thing that came up out of the water, apparently.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
Aren't you worried?
No. He is a creature of the pack, left long alone. Without our strength behind him, he is weak. If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Ondra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half grimace.
Abaddon.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long still gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
Fun fact, if you didn't let the eyeless return to Abaddon in A White March 2, Abaddon would be a complete golem. However, due to returning him to him, he is half human. I love it. There's so many outcomes from different things you can do. It's like every playthrough is going to be different if I play this again. The other gods don't seem too concerned.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
Thousands of Kith will die. Not that I'm sure you're gonna care.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
But you don't know if you'll save millions. You might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Ondra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
This might piss him off. My petty mortal feelings are the only reason your wrists don't chafe in Wodika's shackles.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The Pallid Knight watches you with keen, predatory eyes.
Oh, come on, I made you smile a bit ago.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Ondra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the Pallid Knight stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time.
Yeah, feel free to tell him how it is there, again.
Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora?
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
I like the way his voice sounds, I'll give him that.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes. Gone, like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Alright, come on, kitty.
Well, hey. Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even. I never knew nothingness could feel so warm and so nice.
Let's speak of something else.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
That's all
sure
for
thing,
now.
Watcher.
And dialogue. Alright, so... I guess we're going to go back to Nekataka and wrap up a couple loose ends there. Go do the Sadir thing. And, go report back at the Brass Citadel, talk to the Queen I think we need to talk to. Nobody I need to kill. Now what? Colorful parrot alights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to his leg bears a sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Read. Queen Onakaza's missive. Captain Liquid, it would be my honor to host the savior of Hasongo at the Kahanga Palace. Nekataka is a city for Huana and outsiders alike, and there is no shortage of work for Kith who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Regards, Queen Onakaza. Okay, first, I'll stop at the Brass Citadel. I don't remember who exactly I need to see here, but I need to see somebody. You hear someone call out for your attention. You're wandering through the streets when a man approaches you, cutting through the crowd. You've never seen him, but the look in his eyes suggests that he recognizes you. Watcher, let me through. A meadow folk man emerges from the crowd, red-faced and wild-haired. He pays no mind to the irritated pedestrians glowering at him. His bright eyes are fixed on you. You're looking fervent as always, Latharn. Sodi juts her chin in brisk greeting. In response, the missionary puffs out a breath. Faintest trace of a smile forms on Deer's lips. Suppose that was a compliment coming from you. Indeed, I strive to follow the light and godliness. Of course it was. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Sodi's words speak to innocence, but her grin is too rough, too wolfish. Then allow me to return the gesture. I'd say you seem darker than usual, Harvester. It shrouds you, all that death and heresy. Reckon I'll hold my tongue from now on. Sodi immediately bristles. Ignoring her hard scowl, Latharn resettles his gaze on you. You're the one who saw the miracle, when Aethys rose at Cod Nua. Awe and conviction quiver in his voice. His rising was a tragedy. Every other man, woman, and child at the keep died. But surely to be reborn in glory, don't you think? He grimaces, not entirely certain of his answer. I would think there would be a better way to reborn somebody in glory, like wait until their natural lifespan ends, but that's just me. Our people talk highly of you. It's no wonder Aethys chose you to witness his return. That's why I'm hoping you can help. Tiniest flicker of doubt dances across his face. He banishes it with a deep breath and launches into his tale. I've been having strange dreams. A wheel that spins and spins. An orchid of kyoki trees, each grown from the fallen fruit of the last. He scratches at his whiskered chin. When the spokes of the wheel break apart, the trees stop growing. Fruit falls and rots until the ground is covered with festering, stinging pulp. Somebody's been snacking before bedtime. Please, this is important, he frowns. In these dreams, I also see you at the center of the wheel, in the middle of the orchid. You were there when Aethys rose, and you seem to follow every place he's been. He works his mouth into a fretful pout as he gets to the crux of his concerns. Aethys has always meant rebirth and redemption. But so much death follows in his wake, both in the Saints' War and now here, again. His wide eyes are full of questions. Hey, is this what I sound like? Eder gives you a guilty grimace. He turns toward Latharn. Friend, I'd love to buy you a drink if it'd help. He shakes his head, the anxiety mounting behind his eyes. I need to know what this means, please. Death and rebirth are part of the same cycle. You can't have one without the other, much like love and marriage. But like this, so chaotic, so violent. He shakes his head. My people followed Aethys to war once. I wonder sometimes we failed him when we lost, or if we did that the moment we laid hand to blade. Please, you've seen more than anyone. You've got to have some idea what it all means and how we can make sense of it. I don't know what it means. I trust there's a higher purpose to the gods' action. Even gods must answer for their crimes. Gods aren't the only means to greater understanding. Together, Kith can achieve much. Your faith and way of life has kept your people together through war and famine. Hold on to them. Dawnstar survives because of the community they form. They don't need Aethys for that. Gods aren't the only means to greater understanding. Together, Kith can achieve much. Just look at Animancy. Oh, I just pissed off Sodi. I thought that might do that. Sorry, Sodi. Never thought of it that way. Sodi flicks her sickle back and forth, agitated. Latharn nods, letting this sink in. I won't keep you, but you've given me a lot to think about. Thank you. He turns away and allows himself to melt into the crowd. Sodi, it's okay. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to get him to go away. I'm actively resisting getting Sodi to want to dive into the bed. Listen, I stopped wearing a helmet. Once she sees my luscious long barbarian hair, there's no turning back. Leave Master's office. I'll have to check here in a second. If it made it go down too bad, I may redo that. I can just fast forward through the conversation real quick. Let me see where I'm at first. Like, she was highly pissed off. She was, whipping her weapon around. That's not good. I got a 2 with Zodi. What do you think? Does it need to be a certain level at a certain point? Two is max. Okay. We're still good then. But it will need to reach a sort of maximum. It's hard to explain. I'll just have to keep trying to keep her happy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? No, don't go into the chest.
My favorite privateer.
Okay, you were the bounty person. Let's continue going by her and it should open up sooner or later. Alright. Bounty Barunga. Okay, that I know. That we need to do. At Sura, that's what we need to say. At the, we need to get her to freaking this place, Imperial Command.
Will your mighty fortress protect you from the Ondra Colossus?
Didn't protect mine. Put a lot of money into that sucker, too.
to see you again.
You look like you've come with a purpose.
What was with all the black powder at Hasongo? Look of surprise passes over her face. She tries to cover it with a grunt.
Noticed that, did you?
Yeah.
Saltpeter is one of our chief resources in Roatai, and we believe in putting resources to use.
So did I. You should have seen how many Nagai blew up with that gunpowder.
Now you can see why we didn't want the Valians nosing around our fort.
Goodbye. What's with my party setup right now? Yeah, what is with my party setup right now? How did you guys get so messed up? Is it because of that cutscene on the boat? Ooh, I need to remember I need to respec Eder while I'm here. I'll do that after I get out of the Brass Citadel, so I can get mechanics. Sir's on the bottom floor. I didn't end up respecking off stream because I was in the middle of Hasongo. It was kind of like a dungeon area, so I just decided I was going to wait.
Once, hit a lurch shark in the eye from 200 feet away.
Clear skies.
He tilts his head as he watches you, his eyes unblinking. Maya has business with you.
Indeed. I hope we return victorious.
He turns to her with a bold, almost confrontational stare, a look that seems to mirror her own.
It's done in any case. I'll leave you to decide what victory means.
Sir, care to explain what you've been up to?
Maya has been assisting with plans to work toward peace in some of the more tumultuous parts of Deadfire.
He raises his eyebrows, looking back to her.
Oh, peace to some.
Peace to all. One day.
He stares her down with a challenge in his eyes.
I'm certain Harama would agree. He's well, after all, thanks to your decisive action.
He cocks his head.
Twaha reports success and sends her thanks for your swift intervention. You have aided your countrymen with distinction. There is no higher honor to which a trencher may ascribe.
He tilts his head towards her, emphasizing his words.
But what of your own assignment?
You sent Maya to kill a man. He shifts his gaze to you. Hi.
For a most noble cause, I assure you.
He looks pained.
You've always been self-sufficient and resolute in purpose, Maya. It surprises me that you should discuss your orders so freely.
We're friends.
Cargo shifts on long journeys no matter how tightly you tie it down, sir.
Maya glances your way and nods.
At ease. When it comes down to it, I know you will always do what must be done.
He pauses, fixing her with his strange, unwavering gaze.
Rawatai values your service, as do I. And I can think of no better reward for the rough country's finest sharpshooter than a piece such as this.
He reaches below his desk for an arquebus, which he presents to her with stiff formality. 3 bells through. Which probably isn't going to be as good as my soulbound weapon I got on her, I wouldn't think, but let's see. Superb, unstoppable shot, reduced base damage, attacks in a line, maximum 3 targets. Ooh. If Maya goes before Zodi, would you accept her? Probably not. Nothing against her.
I won't keep you. I know you both have plenty of business to attend to.
But I've already kind of started flirting with Zodi a little bit. From an earlier conversation, so I'd probably just stick to it. Maya would probably be someone I would end up getting in a relationship with, maybe on another playthrough. Farewell. Does this thing have a enchant at this? Just taking a look. Hollow shift and attacks interrupt on crit. Raw bleed damage over time for 12 seconds on target. Minus 10 reload time. Plus 10 damage. It's not terrible. to keep trying to build this puppy up a bit. Clearing her throat once and then again, Maya raises her eyes to you when you glance over.
Oh, you wanted something, Captain?
Something on your mind?
You could say that. I'll go ahead and say it. You're halfway toward all right.
Maya purses her lips and appraises you up and down. Whoa, Nelly. Thank you, I think.
Harmless compliment, I promise.
There's nothing wrong with harmless compliments.
Have you ever... Dumb question, but here I go anyway.
Maya folds her arms and shifts her weight from one foot to the other.
You ever gotten close to someone, even though it just wasn't... ordinary?
Of course.
What did I tell you, Ishi?
She toes the bird affectionately.
What I'm talking about is a scenario where a difference in rank can get in the way of... enjoying shore leave?
Has someone been a very bad sailor? I haven't been captain for very long, you know.
Well, that's why we have these little chats. I'm just testing the direction of the wind here. Best not to overthink it.
Don't take this the wrong way. I think it's more important that we remain friends, Maya.
Say no more. I'll give you some room to breathe. Come on, Ishi.
Maya clucks her tongue to summon Ishi, pushing you to the periphery of her attention. There's always next time. I'm sure I'm going to play this game again at some point. I know I'll play this game again at some point. I just want to see some other options and stuff. I want to play a complete smartass. We'll get together that time. Yeah, it was. It was like a prediction. Who's it? Seraphim? Yeah, driving echoes. Echo and allies attacks with each of their soul's memories, granting them a significant penetration bonus. Let's see. Haunting chains. Target terrified hobbled for 20 seconds. Death of 1,000 cuts. I think this is supposed to be good. I remember hearing about this. Fracture the target's soul, causing him to receive raw damage over time. Shred spells used on his target would cause another fracture, dealing raw damage instantly and extending the duration of the effect. I wonder what other shred spells there are, and if I have any. Aloth or Zodi. Target. Interrupt. Raw damage. 19 raw damage per 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Target when damaged. Plus 10 seconds duration. That actually looks like that might be good. Shared Nightmare. Plus 1% area of effect per focus. Area of effect size per focus. That wouldn't be terrible. Self when critically hit. 25-point all damage shield for 6 seconds. And Prestige. I'm going to give you Death of 1,000 Cuts, and I'm going to give you Shared Nightmare. And then my next level... maybe Driving Echoes. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, Zodi, you better make a move here. I'm starting to get hit on by other members of the party.
Sure.
Only ciphers have the shred keyword. I see. He's got to have some shred abilities then. Alright, let's get out of here. We're going to go to deal with Eder's thing. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to shine a light from my phone over at Jaws to make sure he's sleeping. Okay, he is. He was over here earlier, hanging out for a second, so to make sure he didn't want to go out or something. He shouldn't. He was just out right before I started to stream. Little Jaws. Little Jaws is a good dog. Alright. Let's exit. Next up, the Sacred Stair to, Temple gone. We are looking for Agni. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze give the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Byrne said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted path.
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful.
This guy's a cult leader, isn't he?
We answer the Shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake.
This is how these kind of things always end.
Already the Vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Eder leans in towards you.
Baron said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Well... Agni's eyes shift momentarily to Eder, then back to you. She says nothing, merely erasing her smile. How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path. When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
Your journey sounds dangerous.
The Shining God demands total commitment from his followers. What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause? To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
Tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, huh? Usually you'd have to stack him in a wheelbarrow and push him around.
I don't know why that made me laugh. Do you have a list of people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
Eder turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation. Then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back at Agni.
If they know their own, what do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
That I have only just learned of the partisans is circumstance, not a measure of faith.
How right you are. Forgive me. I did not mean to cast doubt on your character.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, even if I were to initiate you right now into our order, it would be too late to join the Vanguard. Their ship is docked right now in Nekataka, and set to depart at any moment.
Eder looks at you with wide eyes.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
They won't take you, but there will be more ships to follow. Stay and learn about the partisans of the lighted path, and I'll see that there is room for you.
That sounds boring. I'll just run for the boat, thanks.
That's a real nice offer. We'll think about it and get back to you.
Farewell. Agni nods, her expression no different than it was when you arrived. I need to set sail on board said ship. Let's go do that. Let's keep this flowing. Nearest exit is here. Ishi's the only one that looks normal and fast forward.
Permission to speak freely?
Sure, but we're in the middle of something. Oh, here we are. Get back here. Oh, this is going to end in a ship battle, isn't it? A gift from Aethys, glorious death is our path to him. What, really? You're not even going to talk to me? There's like 6 of you? Do you not know? You want to talk about a glorious death? You're about to have it. This is one of those sit back and just chill out while everybody massacres everybody.
Damnation!
Reki looks so funny squaring up in Pelagina's original armor. He looks like some kind of castle court lackey or something who just is really into fisticuffs.
The others have drunk, Baron. Their souls make their way to Aethys. This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith.
Yeah, I was right, cult leader.
Come. Let us show him together.
The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with a viscous fluid of earthly red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Byrne uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck.
No, 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 kid!
Eder stepped forward. His palms are outstretched. Byrne nearly drops the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. His gaze drifts up to Eder. He stares with dull eyes as if he's trying to place him. Gatorman Burke feels like the kind of guy to spend a lot of time having private chats with young female members. Almost every cult leader feels like that. I just got done playing Yakuza 0 recently, and there was a cult leader that was just like that in there. Feels like I've been dealing with cult leaders a lot lately.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Meh. Sorry. Eder ignores boss, keeping careful eye contact with Byrne.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Byrne waits, the vial now clutched in one hand at chest height. Hear us out. Decide once you've heard all sides. That's how diplomacy works.
You can't let him decide for you. You know what Olava would think of this.
She isn't here to decide for me either.
The vial in Burns' hand hovers now just above waist height.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
It sounds almost like a recitation. Eder's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. I have seen evidence of the true nature of the gods. You are wise to question.
Maybe he's not testing faith. Maybe he's testing if you can think for yourself.
But our faith, isn't that what the gods ask of us?
Burns' hand lowers. It hangs to his right side, the vial dangling. This feels like it's like a meter almost, but it's like instead of showing you a meter, it's in words. Gotta keep the meter below his chest.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Eder fumes at Bosk, his hand drifting towards his weapon.
He must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
Resolve or intellect. Eder is right. On the margin of the impact of a single soul... Wait. Eder's right. On the margin, the impact of a single added soul would be infinitesimal. I've never used that word before.
Right, that's the basic idea.
I'm a smart barbarian.
But he has called for us.
Burns' expression shifts suddenly. He looks like someone who's been slapped hard across the face. I can do that if he'd like. His fingers relax and the vial clatters to the ground, splattering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
Eder takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal, there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
All acts can be forgiven by a truly benevolent soul.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial toward Eder and Toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
That was easy. He barely gets the sentence out before the first spasms rack his frame. A reddish froth bubbles from his lips and he collapses to the floor, flopping and arcing like a netted fish. I actually didn't think he would drink that. I figured he was like gonna try to run away, like he was gonna be one of those cult leaders, like a total scam artist. Funny thing is, we know Bosk is wrong, making this really funny from our perspective. Yeah. And the sad thing is, even if you could prove it to him somehow that he was wrong, he still might not believe you. Because that's how people are sometimes, sadly. Even with all the facts, they want to believe what they want to believe. In one final rigid convulsion, his breath stops and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's alright? He looks a little seasick.
Damn it, dear, that's dark. Too bad religious fanatics don't often carry much in the way of valuables. If only he died before he got everyone else involved. Baron stares silently at Gator and Bosk. Spittle bubbles on the lips of the corpse are still popping.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
Lucky you weren't stronger then. The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Eder swallows and tries to say something. In the end, he just nods.
For right now, let's just get you home.
Alright, do I actually need to take him back to Hasongo? So I think the quest marker said I did. Actually, while I'm here, Alright, let's make sure to renew. There's a captain down that way. Beggar with Ruth. You're swimming away from me. Sailing away from me. You're not swimming. Because some of these bounties are on boats coming up here. So I want to start looking and making sure I don't have any near me before I go somewhere. So I can just take them out. Come here. Oh, darn it. You're going to go, like, way far south on me, aren't you? I was hoping to catch you quicker than that. You're not that far away. There you are. Level 3. Just in case of stopping at Hasongo and then sailing away again. Okay, we can do that. Level 3. This is gonna be fun. I love killing underpowered enemies. Get him. Might be wrong, but I think you're overleveled. There's no such thing as overleveled. I'll pay for it later. I'm sure there's something in the DLC that's gonna whoop my ass. So far, the hardest thing I've killed in this game, I think, was that dragon. And I know there's gotta be something worse than that dragon. Take all. Not counting the mega bosses. I am going to try the mega bosses, but I don't know if I'll actually beat them or not. Ruddy Rapple's down there. Let's go get Ruddy Rapple while we're here. Oh, have I been here? Did he sell rice, or does that go away? Oh, okay, I can buy it. Alright, Ruddy Rabble. Level 4. He's gonna have a better shot than level 3. I might need to be careful on this one. He's got a fat wolf with him too, from the looks of it.
See that beauty of a hit, Maya? Have attack, Cap. Let's go. Boy, watch it.
Personal best. Imagine just being like a level 3 or level 4 character, and you run into a boat, and you've got a level 19 barbarian. You've got a Drake heading your way. You've got a shark man heading your way. Wouldn't even know what the hell to be afraid of. What first to be afraid of. Alright. A Nest of the Many Eyes. Let's go get a Nest of the Many Eyes. I've seen a Nest of the Many Eyes floating around for a long time. And I never run into them. What the hell's with the camera? Calm down. And then it looks like, at the moment, that's all the bounties that are to the south here. Then we can move on. We'll go to Hasongo from there, and then we'll go back to Nekataka. Up, storm. Oh, great. You're around the storm. There you are. Come here. Level 11. Maybe I'll be slightly more careful with this one. Ever so slightly. Alright, everybody. Sodi, do what you're doing. Seraphim. Let's ringmaster some people. Ringleader, rather, not ringmasters. This is a circus. Seraphim, you're in a bad part of town, buddy. Yeah, head up towards Reki and Constantine. Crap. Pelagina, I can't control you. Guys, hurry up and get this fighter. Maya, provide support. Hit the Ines lady. Friendly AoE plus all defense. This attacker's blinded. Here, give that to, oh, that only works around you. Never mind. Seraphim, where are you at in this mess? Did you actually get away? You got away. Your AI sent you somewhere else. Seraphim, you're feeling real ballsy. You keep jumping into the middle of everything here. Sodi. Guatras Sailor, my Guatras Sailor. That everybody? we go. Thought it was you. Nice. Alright, Hasongo. Some of these bounties I have to do are actually up by Magra's teeth, I believe. I remember there was a few things to do up that way. This Nekataka. And Hasongo is this way. Eder looks up expectantly as Byrne disembarks the Riptide without a word to anyone. Byrne begins to head off, staring straight ahead with sunken eyes, and doesn't break stride when he passes Eder.
Byrne.
Boy has taken another several steps before he seems to have heard anything at all. When he stops, he doesn't turn to face Eder at first, as though keeping his options open. A long moment passes, then with persisting hesitation, he turns.
I'm not sure what you want to talk about. I have my life. And I know it's because of you. I know I should be thanking you. But the truth is, I don't know if I want to be here now. Or what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wait, I think you might have cleaned up this body in all the time I've been gone.
And I still don't know what to say to Aethys when I meet him one day.
It should be the other way around. He's the one who owes you an explanation.
Byrne avoids Eder's gaze. Crew is drinking water. That should be alright, right?
You hear me, kid? He owes you.
I bought a ton of water a while back, just so I didn't have to worry about it for a while, running out of any. Byrne gives an absent nod, still looking down, and says no more. Alright, well, got that done. Water is -1 morale. Oh, I did not realize that. See, and that's silly. Because I drink water like crazy. Like it's almost all I drink. I have some water here with me right now. Just had a drink and I think my morale went up. Alright, let's head to Nekataka, and while I'm there, I'm actually going to buy some ale. What is my morale? That's 99. Oh, here you are. Could be drinking beer instead, and that would make him happier. And I still got a decent amount of money, and I haven't sold anything in a while, so maybe I'll just splurge and get everybody some beer. What we got? We got anything in supplies here? Do you all like some lager? Do you all like some more lager? More lager? More lager? I'll have to set it when I get out of the ship. I need to go to Queen's Birth real quick. I need to go to the Wild Mare. We're going to get a deer set up with mechanics. Yeah, I desperately need to sell stuff, come to think of it. I don't think I've unloaded on stuff in quite a while. Alright, deer.
Now, what can I do for you?
Sure, yeah, for sale. Retrain. A deer. Alright. Mechanics. And I'm going to give you Intimidate, I think I had before on you. Or was it Street Wise? Intimidate. I think it was Intimidate. Alright, I'm gonna do this real quick, because I think I remember what he had. Give him that. Next. Mechanics. Intimidate. Weapon is shield. Pulling an enemy into immediate melee range, causing crush damage and leaving them dazed. I could use that to suck enemies away from weaker characters. I don't think I had that before. Maybe I will change you a little bit. And I'll give you fighter stances, I think, again. Yeah. Take, what the hell are you using? A mace? Mechanics, Intimidate. Discipline strikes. I know you have Mule Kick. Charged by the rush of battle, the fighter will continually generate health at a modest rate. 7 health restored for 3 seconds. Did I have that on you before? If not, you got it. Longer you're alive, the longer you can annoy everybody. Bears fortitude, snake's reflexes, hold line, combat focus, bull's will, hold line, intimidate, mechanics, vigorous defense. Pull allies to safety. Intimidate. Quick switch. Unstoppable. Body control. Fearless. That way you're not running away. And let's give you a flail. Doesn't matter. Intimidate, mechanics. Enemies that disengage from fighter immediately attack and prone. Fighter changes to aggressive stance. Nearby enemies reduces recovery time. When hurt or above, the fighter's accuracy increases. Unbending. Unbending. Lowering recovery penalty from armor significantly. Sure, do that. Intimidate, mechanics. Uncanny luck. Intimidate, mechanics. Refreshing defense. Spell resistance, improved crit, overbearing guard. Disengagement attacks have greatly increased accuracy and damage. Sure. Intimidate, mechanics. Clear out. Oh, there we go. Sword. Intimidate, mechanics. Power strike I had on you before, I remember. Fighter and allies now gain resolute inspiration. Fighter recovers more health from each attack received. Fighter refuses to be vanquished after being knocked out. Fighter stands back up with a portion of their health restored and temporary bonuses to all defenses and armor ratings. Intimidate, mechanics. Power attacks. Give you power strike. Intimidate, mechanics. I guess I'll increase your damage. Critical defense expends extra effort to repel the most savage blows, causing a percentage of all incoming crits to be converted to hits. Sure. Small chance to gain discipline and power. Let's give you inspired discipline. Give you Warhammer. Intimidate mechanics. And I'll give you push back all enemies in a line, hits all enemies around them. I'll give you clear the path. And I guess I'll give you Tough and Fury. And what did I give you last time? Unrelenting, chopping wood, prestige. Interpose himself between herself between incoming attacks and nearby allies. Okay. And Sundering Blow. Phew. Alright. Save it. Let's take a stop to oh yeah, that's right. She wanted to talk. And then there was a load screen and it never let me actually talk to her. Very long loading screen. There we go. Save. Maya, what's up?
Lava. I'm sorry. She must have meant a real lot to you.
More than I knew. Less than she deserved. But that's all past now. For a moment there, I thought her son might have been mine.
It's a shame he wasn't. You would have been good to him. Good for him, too.
When I heard, I didn't think I was ready. And then I thought maybe I was.
Alright, Maya, what's up?
I feel like I should set the record straight.
One of my dogs just let out a very, very loud sneeze. That thunder was in game, right? Yeah, okay. I was asking because it's very, very rainy looking here. Maya folds her arms and wraps her knuckles against her bicep. Go on.
I didn't get into this business so I could shoot first in a battle that hadn't even started, you know? I know the Ranganui wants to see results, but I never thought any of us would be complicit in something like assassination. We're shooting at people with dangerous ideas, and assuming the ideas will die with them.
You sound ambivalent.
She's is a good listener, but he's too dumb to offer much perspective. I could use some of yours right about now.
I'm concerned the assassination set the wrong precedent.
You're saying maybe this isn't a memory we want to take home?
Nodding to herself, Maya seems less thoughtful and more resolved. She cracks her neck and rolls her shoulder, letting out a relieved sigh.
You could be right. If we let this sort of thing spin out of control, it won't do us any good in the long run. If we go Atsura's way, we had better be sure that killing the right people makes a difference. Damn sure. And if we fall back on what we know, cannons, sieges, occupation, we'd better commit to fighting a moving target. We won't succeed if we don't understand the tribes. And something tells me that we aren't there yet.
The tribes have the entire archipelago as their battleground.
I'm sure the Navy would love to test their might against a challenge, even if Atsura is worried about the cost.
Add other questions.
I've got some answers.
Let's be off.
Does anyone but the
Jesus.
gods know what's going on in Eder's head?
Problems?
I mean...
Gaze downcast, Sodi sighs. The tip of her tongue, a peak of dusky rose, dabs at the corner of her mouth, leaving a glimmer of wetness.
He's a right fine fella. Kind, too. But a little old.
Oh god, he's ancient. Hands off, he's mine. You care for him, don't you?
I do. I tried not to, but I can't hardly help it.
She rushes through to confession with a soft blush and a nod. Weren't you blowing kisses at me a while back?
He's just so considerate and nice. If not to me, then everyone else. And he's so darn big and strong. I know my pa would have liked him.
My might's stronger than his, I think.
Problem is, I think he doesn't much like me, Watcher.
I'm thinking maybe I should go with 5. To get her to not be chasing him around. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not meant to be, Zodi. You need to move on.
Suppose you're not wrong.
She winces.
Suppose I made a fool of myself. A bigger one than usual.
Zodi toes the ground silently, dropping her head to watch. After a drawn-out pause, she raises her face back up, eyes challenging, her jaw stubbornly set as she shrugs.
Well, if everything went easy, there'd be no reason to worship our gods. Tell me what's on your mind?
How are you feeling?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. I never knew nothingness could feel.
Let's speak of something else, that's all. Alright. We're gonna make a real quick stop on the way to the palace. I'm gonna sell everything. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Go back. I need to rest. Sodi's got a wound. I might as well do it here.
Now, what can I do? You see anything you like?
Constantine's room. Okay, now. Could also change into Kehu. You know what? Yeah, I can take Seraphim out now. Seraphim, you could use a little bit of a break again. I'm sure you'll end up in a party at some point again for a while. But we'll give Kehu a chance. Wonder if I should fit Aloth in instead of Maya now, or if I should leave Maya in.
What can I do for you? You see anything you like?
Let's see. Seraphim, you're out. Kehu, you're in. Okay, you might need an equipment change too. I'm gonna leave Maya for the moment.
Company, look no further.
Because I can build up her soulbound weapon while I'm here. Give her a chance to build that up a little bit. Explosives, metaphysics. Water scepter I found in Beast of Winter when I gave the Aloth. That would make sense. Avenging Storm. Druid becomes a conduit for the power of Storm. Any target they strike with a weapon, who strikes them with a weapon is attacked by a bolt of lightning. That's what Yidwin has going on through an item. Entropy. Tears the target's defenses, shifting attack results against the target from hits to crits. After receiving a certain number of strikes, the effect will fade. That seems like that would be pretty damn good, actually. Pair it up with things that do things on crit. But even still. Regenerate. Revive a fallen ally and grant them the robust inspiration. It wouldn't hurt to have another revive spell. Fire Stag. That's a summon. Wild Strike, Frenzy, Freeze. Each kill while spirit shifted will increase the duration of the spirit shift effect and will freeze and slow the actions of nearby enemies. Let's give you entropy. Regenerate. And you've got all that stuff. I'll give you a freaking... Here, have a Warhammer. It's the first thing I saw. Alright, you're done leveling. Let's grab Aloth for a second.
You see anything you like?
Maya, come out. Aloth, come in. You're coming back. Calm down. Jeez. Aloth. Currents Rush. There's a reason I kept you with this. +1 all water power levels, +1 all frost power levels. I'm gonna give you that while I'm here. Brackish Arc, Sicken for 8 seconds on scoring crit. 5% chance to cast Crush Damage Water AoE. That can hit probably my own people. Give you that instead. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to start making some money here. Okay. Let's get Maya back.
What can I see? Anything you like?
Money. Take you out. Maya. Yes, I'm positive this time. Kehu, do I have any armor for you? Actually, I have Effigy's Husk. That's 9. But I might have something better. I know I want you in something this light. I want you casting spells quick. Nothing survives. +5 damage. Yeah, no. I'm not doing that. Reckless Brigandine. That's heavy. Yeah, just keep that for now. Do I have any trinkets for you? Strand of Favor, +1 intellect, -10 hostile effect duration. That actually is supposed to go to Yidwin. Increases might and resolve. Winter's Veil. Allied AoE, 100% enemy crit to hit chance with non-veil piercing. Let me give you that for a moment. give you a cloak of greater protection. And I think that's all I've got. Can't give you a helmet. Yeah. Alright. Run with that for the moment. My order is fine. Let's go to the cobbler real quick and sell everything, because what you do when you have a massive armory of stuff to sell is you sell it to a shoe salesman.
Whoever said a good pair of boots will last a lifetime never spent a year at sea. Of course. Come take...
Forget about boots, buddy. Wait till you see what I got for you. I'm going to be very, very rich after all this. I'm not even looking at how much money I have at the bottom of the screen here as it goes up. I'm going to look at the very end. It's going to be a lot, though. Crossbows, man. Has been a while. Hold on to the torches in case I need them for something. Alright, armor. Fine plate, deer wooden clothing. Sell all the junk, keep the magical stuff. Some helmets. Cape. $21 Rautai hats. $264,538. Sweet. Going by 1,500 of the food and drink, you never have to refill your ship ever again. Sweet. We've succeeded in officially not really having to worry about money ever again, I don't think. So I'll load up on all that stuff on the way out. At the supply. I don't know why I went this way. I went the long way. Okay, Serpent's Crown. Rooftop. Alright, what's your deal?
You return intact. Nagati is not always kind to those who travel upon her domain.
Onakaza touches her brow and nods. Guessing that's supposed to be brow, not brown.
My brother speaks of your journey from Otare Okozi. Mostly, he mourns the loss of his expedition.
Onakaza looks out on the city and sighs through her nose.
Scholars pore over your findings as if a charcoal rubbing could build a bridge to Ukaizo. I have learned to restrain my optimism. A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at you.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Naga occupied the colony after Aethys trained Yatra. I let them live.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
I was expecting her to have a fit because I let them live. Onakaza thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes.
Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
There's awareness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide.
What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
He's heading for Mogren's teeth. Tapping her chin, Onakaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aethys makes for Magren's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared from my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
What the heck is a Rathun, and they better be really big?
The fiery children of Magren, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now. From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magren's teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory. In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magren's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magren's anvil.
Onakaza props her chin on her fist and looks you up and down.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks.
Excuse me.
It is the sharpest tooth in Magren's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
I will, Highness.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards you with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the Deadfire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
What do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now. What do you know of my watershapers, Herald of Bereth?
Takehu, thoughts?
I say we are artists, but when diplomacy fails, we will become something more.
Takehu crosses his arms and smirks at Onakaza.
When, Takehu? Not if?
Onakaza raises her brow but doesn't press the matter.
My watershapers are the levy holding back Rawatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
She eases back, languid and satisfied.
Don't get too cozy, Highness. That false sense of security will get you into trouble.
Maya crosses her arms. Takehu raises his finger to speak up, slowly lowers it.
Akira, I would not want your employers to think me easy prey.
Onakaza purses her lips at Maya.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nakaro Atoll.
She snaps her fingers and nods to an attendant who scurries off. Can I have a basket of koiki? Sounds like a kind gesture.
Akira, you think so? I am counting on the Hazanui seeing through my condolences.
Onakaza smiles to herself.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka.
Pit your strongest water wizards against their weight in iron and black powder, Highness. We can end this quickly.
Akira, And how long will this contest last in open water?
Unkasa tuts at Maya before shifting her focus back to you.
Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Myru, but she does not answer my summons.
Unkasa looks out on her city. Her hand squeezes down on the armrest. Do you think something is wrong?
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease. The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Myru shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
Unkasa turns her gaze back to you and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. Whoopsie. Let's level up Maya. Stealth and diplomacy. With roaring strikes, that's a no. I guess I'm giving you vengeful grief. Alright, so Guildmaster, Watershaper's Guild, and Pricky's Overlook. I haven't been to Pricky's Overlook, it feels like, in a while. Outside of, Arkhamir. Out the door.
Have set sail for Neketaka.
Ooh, while I'm here, real quick. Okay, Valiant Trading Companies in Queensbirth. Haven't done that one yet. Haven't done that one yet. Haven't done that one yet.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
So we'll stop by Valiant Trading Company and turn that in too. I don't know if that was the last bounty for them or not. The burned book grows warm in your pack. Does that mean she wants to have an original conversation with me? You have something to tell me. How my siblings preened and postured after the events of Hasongo became no closer to consensus. I cannot stomach such disorder. You didn't need to reignite the Ondra lighthouse. Aethys had already gone. You could have tracked him to his next destination, but you opted to help the colony instead. Why? I don't really have a dog in this whole fight with these different groups, but the Huana are protective over the native Ondra. I knew they'd appreciate it. Plus, it looks nice. Now you see what can happen when mortals assemble to meet a crisis head-on. Collaboration on that scale is rare, but also unreliable. My more compassionate and optimistic siblings are no doubt overjoyed, thinking they'd somehow gotten the better of me. How wrong they are. I noticed my brother's frozen corner beyond is quieter than usual. The doors of the Vitmath have slammed shut. You made it out of the White Void intact. Has anything you witnessed on the other side informed your opinion of the mortal world, Watcher? I'm just happy to be warm again. I saw how gods and mortals can cooperate through Wideone's eyes. If you can call that cooperation, as long as you realize that mortals are tools to serve our ends, I will not call your lesson wasted. Anything else? Naxiva Ix Current showed me how time erodes one's purpose. That is only true to a point. We built the wheel to strengthen mortal essence, and every passage through the cycle enriches the life that comes after. Ermagan takes a different approach. The White Void is his celebration of decay. Prisoners like Naxava have experienced more uninterrupted memory than a single lifetime is built to contain. It's no surprise that she would fray at the seams. Anything else? I learned the extent of Ingwithan treachery from King Wingaru o Waturi the First. So you have it. It's any wonder that the Huana don't pay us the same homage as the Glanfathans. Their ancestral memory is thick with resentment. Anything else? I'm just happy to be warm again. Of that I have little doubt. Remember what you've learned. It might not save your life, but mortals could do worse than enjoy a broadened perspective. I already know the storms wreathing Pococahara have gone still. We felt the change ripple through to beyond. With the essence restored, the region has a chance to heal and eventually thrive. Time will tell if that is what the Deadfire actually needs. My instincts were correct, and you are not content to let matters sit undisturbed. Good, I will continue observing your progress. So you killed that upstart pirate and put an end to his delusions of grandeur. Bravo. Which upstart pirate? There's been a few I've killed. I thought I might chide you for slaying a ruthless and effective leader, but something about righteous vengeance always brings a smile to my face.
If you desire answers, look no further. I have several.
Has your opinion of mortals changed at all? Nothing you have done has tarnished it utterly beyond repair. You may congratulate yourself on that matter, at least. None of this is new, I don't think, is it? I want to talk about the wielding rise of godhood. Back to my other questions. The pirate that we blew up. Oh. Yeah, I thought she would have mentioned that before, though, because the first time I talked to her was after that. We'll speak again.
Wotica nods stiffly. You feel her presence drift as a breeze.
Benwith, yeah, that's it.
As it goes.
Okay. Book's done. So we need to go to Pericky's Overlook. We'll head there next. And we'll run Pericky's Overlook, the Watershaper's Guild. I can't get in. It must be because it's nighttime. Okay. Scratch that. We'll go to Queen's Birth real quick. Then we'll come back. You're traveling in the slums of Nekataka when the streets become suddenly barren. Your journey is through the streets of Nekataka is interrupted as a group of Kith detach from the shadows before you. The cloaked and armored men and women say nothing as they spread out around you, blades drawn. Do you really want to do this? Identify the ambushers. Sodi? The approaching Kith wear little in the way of identifying marks, but their masks suggest possible ties to Leaden Key. The heavily armored Kith may be members of the Steel Garrote. Servants of Wotica. So what do you want? They move silently towards you, light glinting along the edges of their weapons. Ask, get this over with. Draw your weapons and prepare for battle. Can't go in there because you have a quest there. You mean I can't, like, just teleport there, you mean? Like I have to actually walk up to it? Wodekin Agent, Skine Saboteur, Skane Saboteur. Alright, you guys can't be that bad. But just in case you are. Sodi to, Devotions for the Faithful. Yeah, you guys are gonna go down fairly quickly. Takehu, I gotta remember what you can do. I can shapeshift you. But what I really want you to do Blast of Frost. So I'm gonna have to get familiar with you again. Alright, you're definitely not running up to do a cone attack yet. Watery Double, Venom Bloom. Venom Bloom is not a foe AoE. Conjure Greater Blight. Cleansing Wave. That's a healing spell. It also goes after enemies. Relentless Storm. Ocean Burst. Foe AoE. Overwhelming Wave is a target spell. Hailstorm is an AoE. Boiling Spray, foe AoE.
It makes no difference. Speak your pleasure is mine. Let's go.
Sodi. Go right there with that.
Can't get a clean hit.
Sure you can. Go after the Saboteur.
That dog won't punch. Beyond sick.
Guys are actually giving me a little bit of a fight here. Alright. I'll stop screwing around with you then. Oh, you're paralyzed. That's alright.
Let's go.
Striking a random single enemy in the area of effect periodically with bolts of lightning that stun and deal shock damage. Sodi. Get the Saboteur, shoot Saboteur, Bird gets Saboteur. Bird, your AI is off. Your AI is too, strong. You should not be turning into a shark without my consent. That everybody?
You need something?
Need you to pick up all these things I'm picking up. Precise missive. This letter has been folded into a square with clean, diligent creases. Liquid walks the Deadfire carrying shards of heat-scorched metal. The significance of these items can't have escaped you, though the timing is a surprise to us all. We should grasp this opportunity. Kill Liquid. Do not hide your act, for we work under the auspices of law. See to it that the metal gets into Izia's hands. She wastes her potential in Pariki's overlook. Praise the exiled queen. Izzy. Have I met Izzy before?
Akira, it is no problem.
Yeah, let's go to Perky's Overlook since I'm thinking about it. Basically, in each of the DLC, there's a piece of metal which you can go to the blacksmith in Perky's Overlook with. If you gather all three, you can combine them into something really neat. Cool. Okay. Don't think I found any yet, though. Unless I picked it up without looking. Alright, where is the guild house? Oh, it's this big place. Haven't been here in a while. The masquerades trinkets, neck pieces, and neck... Oh, okay, gotcha.
What happened here?
Whoa. I can't say I was expecting this. I can't say there's nobody around to stop me from stealing now.
Go no further. There is a situation in the guild hall.
Yeah, no shit. The watershaper glances over his shoulder, his chest rising and falling with deep breaths.
What say? Where is Myru?
Takehu's brow creases with concern.
For what did Nagati send you but to lend your strength?
He nods and claps Takehu on the shoulder.
All is under control, I say. But the building is closed until Myru cleans up the mess below.
He thumbs over to the block stairwell. Unakaza sent me to speak with Myru. What is happening?
Nothing beyond the likes of us, I say.
His exhaustion breaks under a proud grin.
Naga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. We pressed back until they fled underground. Then Myru gathered her forces for a stand at Pariki's tomb. I am to guard the staircase while she routs the last of them. Kira, but Myru is fierce for her years.
He grimaces as another deep rumble shakes the earth under your feet.
Snakes could not have caused that tremor.
Kira, we felt the quakes even before the serpent showed up.
Akenu nods and wipes a bit of dust from the ceiling rafters off his shoulders. Why are they attacking the guild?
I do not know. With great purpose, they throw their bodies back to Rikuhu's bowels.
That's a hell of a place to throw your body to.
I say, this is personal. They strike with anger, not conviction.
He turns his arm and studies a shallow wound. Why haven't you summoned help from the queen?
We are water shapers. Onakaza knows we can walk over a few snakes.
Yeah, it's not like you haven't lost any of your numbers here.
Myru, though. I say she would not turn down reinforcements.
He eyes you up and down, nodding as the idea takes root. What's causing those tremors?
Not snakes, I say.
Kenu frowns, worrying the back of his head.
Unless they brought a battering ram.
Oh god, there's something big, isn't there? I hope Myru leaves something for me.
Ha! I say you'll have to run fast. She could cut through Naga like a harpoon through blubber. I will remain and dispatch any snakes who slither past you. Good hunting.
Akenu nods and touches his brow. I have a feeling you just jinxed her and she's gonna die, buddy. That's typically how that works. Anything else over here to loot? Alright. Let's go for the guild ruins. This feels like another productive stream. I feel like I'm getting things done today. That's good. Maybe I'll have this done by mid-October. Ooh, bodies. Wait a minute. Maybe I should check this room out real quick. Oh. Oh. Okay, never mind. We'll get there in a second. Are you guys as weak as your friends were? Sodi, let's buff.
Let's go.
It's Kehu. Let's shock. Well, never mind, they're all dead now.
Son of a cur!
I know, I was hoping to get him with some lightning.
I've got it.
Died too quick. Alright.
Next time, a challenge.
No, we'll have enough challenges later. Let's have something easy. Stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out among the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, you find no evident means of opening the way. Punch the door. You slam your fist against the door with all your might, bloodying your knuckles in the process. Someone chuckles. You aim a harsh look over your shoulder, and the laughter from your party abruptly goes quiet. It could have worked, you don't know. Read the inscription. Huana runes decorate the stone entrance. Nagati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Pariki, master of the guild. Alright, so we need a sigil. And then I need to find some words. This body wasn't highlighting before. Nor was this one. Alright. Save it. Oh, there's the guild master.
Curse on all snakes.
Hi, how's it going? Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Myru! Oh, gods, look what they've done to you!
Takeu covers his mouth with both hands as he surveys her injuries.
Peace, Takehu. I gave back 10 times what I took. Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouthful of blood but still manages a red-rimmed smile. Don't worry, I have resurrection. Onikasa sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first.
No time for that, I say.
She waves you off, grimacing.
You were too stubborn to die, old shark.
His voice wavers as a fresh gout of blood seeps between Myru's fingers.
For once, Takehu, just listen.
She raises a steady hand to cover his trembling one.
The rod of the deep. Ugh, I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
Myru coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
The rod of what?
No time.
Myru hisses through her teeth.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
Myru gives you a bleary look as her focus begins to slip away. Oh, wards failing, not words. Wards. I haven't seen any wards.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing you any longer. Guildmaster's eyes glaze over and she falls silent.
Myru!
Takeyu takes her by the shoulder and shakes, gently at first and harder. At last he stops, pulling away and bringing his hands up to clutch his brow.
Ngati. She's dead.
We still don't know why this is happening.
Myru told us to seek a rod and a door.
We found the door already.
A vague plea, I say, but I would honor her last wish.
He touches his brow, sighing. Strange last words.
The words of Pariki's devotion, I say. An old prayer to Ngati.
Takeyu furrows his brow.
It must have meant something to her.
Let's go, there's nothing we can do for her.
Akira, the others will see to her once we've cleaned up the last of this mess.
Takeyu regards Myru's corpse one last time before turning away.
The wheel. How it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Myru's attention snaps back toward a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in a moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body. The rod of the deep. They shoved it in too deep. Or shoved it too deep in.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
Myru closes her eyes and concentrates.
Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
Alright, Takeyu, you know that, right? Myru opens her eyes again. She nods as her form grows indistinct.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
What is that supposed to mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point towards the entrance of the sanctum. She reaches to touch Takeu's cheek, but of course her hand drifts through his skin. He shivers, touched by a passing breeze. Well, later. Fine rod, watershaper's road, obsidian. Exceptional scale, some money, sure deal. The statue depicts an Amawa woman, her hand extending, grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. Something about the statue calls out to you, the echo of a fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Inspect lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of swift winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. Shake off the gesture. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate, however friendly his intent. You know there will be time for reprieve when you are squared away in Nekataka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape just beneath the waves. Someone shouts that the winds have turned in your favor at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share their mirth. Eyes to the horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, although it takes an unusual form, one that you pray to Ngati you are able to keep in check. The vision dissipates and your land legs reassert themselves. You know one thing for certain, that was no whale swimming alongside Pariki's boat. It can't be another kraken. I already killed one of those. Hold her hand. You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first nothing happens, but then a tiny drop of the water forms at the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping on the floor. Wipe away the tear. You reach out and draw your thumb down the statue's cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment the stone feels soft to the touch. Well, maybe the statue will be my romance, since it's not working out with Zodi so far. Attempt to read a plaque. The words are much eroded and water damaged, but a few choice snippets of praises stand out with clarity. Lure and Hunter cross the length of and back again. Bird for cunning deal Lafus, may her rest ulti so idem. Nothing else about the plaque stands out as remarkable.
This is the tomb of Periki. Such disrepair, I say.
Takeyu tucks and sighs. Leave. poke around for anything else here. Oh, got some friends.
Glory be to God.
Oh, you've got a totem. Sodi. I got a little mission for you. You three go right there. Okay, now you guys run back for a moment. Or at least stand right there.
Let's go.
Ah, it feels so good to just relentlessly crush my enemies. See them driven before me. Torque of intellect, +1 intellect.
Sure.
Receive the rod. Uncovered a threat to the guild. Alright, so let's see. We know the prayer, so I guess we gotta go to the door and find out what's inside. Touch the door with the rod of the deep hunter. Door reacts at once. The stone panel shifts aside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring a precise combination. Study the symbols around the dial. Brushing aside a layer of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs, so you cannot guess their relevance or relation to each other. You recognize the symbols themselves. First is a full moon. Its light beaming down on Eora. Need to figure this puzzle out. It's based on the words. Next is a Huana symbol of Ondra, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish in her aspect as Nagati. Next is a pair of hands reaching out for each other, their fingertips just barely making contact. And last is the rain falling powerfully and inexorably. Read the inscription. Nagati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. So I need that prayer that I was told. Does it have that in the journal? Yeah, it does. Okay. Pitied is Nagati. Pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view. Her eyes well with tears as constant rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. The lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching. Nagati, orb of the heavens crosses her view. Her eyes, she gets, okay. So the orb crosses her view, she gets sad. And the moon keeps going. And then, like, it's like their fingers are touching. But it's ephemeral. Alright, hold up, I got this. Study of symbols. Full moon. Nagati. Okay, begin to manipulate the dial. Dial shows an engraving of the moon shining as clockwise. Press the dial. Okay, then we want the moon. Oops, wrong way. Then we want the crying. me what the hand's touching. You hear the clatter of tumblers resetting behind the door, and the engravings rotate back to the moon symbol. It doesn't seem like you're unlocking things in the correct order. Of course I am. This game's bugged. Leave. Pitied is Nagati. As the pearl orb of heaven crosses her view, her eyes well with tears. Maybe Nagati's not first, like maybe it's in the order of things that happen. Like the orb happens, then her eyes, and she's crying. Then the lover's affection, and because of that she's pitied. Alright, moon. Crying. Hands. Hold up here. Engraving of the moon. Press the dial. Rain. Hands. Doesn't seem like you're unlocking things in the correct order. So something's... Maybe I can do the symbols more than once? What the hell? Nagati. The moon. Crying. Hands. Alright, give me a second here. I'm missing something here. Nagati is Lady of Lament. As pearl orbs crosses her view, her eyes well with tears as constant rain, but the moon's skyward journey continues apace. Does this work like a combination lock where I need to go clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise? Wait a minute. Clockwise, Nagati. Counterclockwise, moon. Clockwise. Shoot, I'm gonna keep going. Rain. Hands. Symbol with two hands reaching for each other, their fingertips barely meeting. Rain falling. Tenwin, I'll take a hint. What am I missing here? It's gotta have something to do with the last thing I'm doing. Because it seems to stop if I mess up. Because I did it a different way and I only got 3 in. My other way I went 4. You need to use each multiple times. Alright, let me see something. Okay. So, I was right for the first few. Alright, so it's gonna be Nagati. The moon. The clouds. And then it's not Nagati again. Or it's not the, hands. Is it possibly Nagati? No. Okay. Moon. Oh wait, I screwed up. Hold up. Hold up. Begin to manipulate. Nagati. Moon. Rain. Moon. Why was it moon twice? Travel through the passage. The air behind the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else, something old which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. As you take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Screw that, turn back now. Go through. You navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. Oh, it's a dragon. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths. It's a dragon. We've seen them before. He's got a beard.
This would be a great fishing story.
Ishi, down. This is no time to pick a fight. Of course I know you can take him.
Holy gone, but it's beautiful. And I'll bet smart as a whip and just as mean.
She sucks in a sharp breath.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
I'm not supposed to trust this dragon. They said something about that guildmaster said don't trust it. Dragon! Like I'm gonna run up and hug it or something. Oh my god, it's a dragon. Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, Guardian of the Isles.
Snuffleupagus? He slaps his tail against the floor.
You ever consider a nickname?
Yeah, you dragons and your giant names. I preferred Odger Dragon. The options you really have is let the dragon go, kill the dragon, bind the dragon to the prison again, and the hardest, bind a portion of the dragon's soul to the prison, and then let it go. If you don't do 3 or 4, the Huana will be really pissed. Alright, so I don't want to kill it. I want to try to bind it, or try to go the hardest route.
Just give it some thought, is all I'm saying.
What is this? One of Ondra's whelps?
His snout wrinkles at Takehu.
Hello.
Takehu swallows. Hot steam jets from the dragon's nostrils. My common greeting, I'm Liquid, captain of the Riptide.
I would see this vessel of yours someday, but we will return to that.
Also, fun fact, if you do 1 or 4, will you also not get the final boss?
You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
Interesting. His eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the watershapers. Those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed.
With each grain of sand...
Each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders. Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no watershapers to remember them.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
Smiling to herself, Maya folds her arms. Takeo folds his arms and watches carefully.
Daughter of the West, what I intend for the Huana is nothing to what I will inflict upon your fleet.
Dragon huffs a breath of steamy air. Maya only narrows her eyes and shifts her weight.
When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul.
This cannot be true, I say.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company. And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Ondra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
You're the reason watershapers are so powerful?
The Huana of ages past could have shaped the very Deadfire to their liking. Now their backs have turned against Ngati's covenant. Their art is an echo of its former glory.
Raising a shaking hand to his mouth, Takeo blinks up at the dragon.
By Ngati, he speaks true.
Your disgrace, so pure and concentrated.
The other watershapers knew nothing about this.
Clever Pariki twisted the forms of her art. Rather than give obeisance to Ngati, they draw from the wards of this prison.
The dragon shows his teeth, his steaming breath rising from between each fang.
None but the masters of the guild ever knew this.
Mother, Ngati never told me this, I say.
Takeo raises a shaking hand to his brow.
The goddess sent her insufferable tests. She never raised a fin to deliver me from this prison.
Scorylafis growls long enough to send a tremor through the chamber. Bound or not, what do you plan on doing about it?
Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
Scoryophilus narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Pariki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
Dragon lashes his tail in eager, repetitive cycles. Well, you've already said you're planning on killing a bunch of people if I let you go.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off to Kay, who pulls absently on one of his hairs. Maya thumbs her chin, nodding.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
That's not nice. I have questions about you first, Dragon.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
Let's get to know the dragon. Let's understand it. You think of yourself as a guardian.
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves. In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Ondra, and lost to Kaizo.
That is similar to the tenets of Ngati's covenant.
Takeo furrows his brow.
You are perceptive for a fish.
What do you know about Kaizo?
A city where Kith spoke to gods. The heart of an empire. I know only what I hear. Ukaizo was gone before my time. Even its myth is dust and ashes.
You spoke of 3 guardians.
Creatures of unparalleled age and power. Bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, No foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
Something on your mind, Takeo.
Akira, there is too much running through my head, I say.
Takeo touches his forehead spot.
For another time.
Takeo reaches up and touches his cheek with a shaking hand.
The fish is not ready to know what he only now suspects.
Something like a chuckle echoes in your mind. You know, you kind of look rather fish-like yourself there, buddy, just saying.
Ukaizo is lost beyond all memory. Better to forget that monument of hubris.
How'd you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty Pariki sought me out to strike a deal. She used my soul as a crutch for her watershapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
Go on.
I came as an honored guest. The watershapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
Then again, this dragon did get really screwed over here. You're bound here by your soul?
Pariki and her crew forged wards that anchor my soul to this chamber. I am not chained here, but I am compelled to remain.
What if we excised the imprisoned portion of your soul from the rest?
No, my soul is not for the taking. Not by you, or any of the outsider spirit thieves.
No one's taking your soul, we're just letting most of you free, isn't that what you want?
How then? You have a plan for this mad scheme of yours?
I'd take a closer look at the ward stones for a start. He lets out a distasteful hiss.
Very well. I give you one chance. Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence. Not Naga. Oh god, don't send more of those Naga up here that I've been killing in like a hit or two. Can't do this right now because your watcher needs a minimum of 9 metaphysics. Oh, crap. Which is a shame, because I believe Takeo is a metaphysics master. Okay, buddy. I'll come back to you. I'm gonna have to respec that. There's no way. How many metaphysics do I have? 1. If you leave, the dragon leaves forcefully. Oh. So I'm screwed then, I can't do it. Because I can't leave to boost my metaphysics. I have no item that's going to boost my metaphysics 8 points. Let's save it, see what happens here if I just poke around. A raised ward stone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow a pale light. Inspect the ward stone. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to this spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment barely sips at the its dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. Wait a minute. Hold up. It's passing the metaphysics check right there, I think. So maybe it's taken Takehu into account? If you had 2 in a very specific pet, you could have done it, but I don't think you can get it to that point. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The word flash is causing Rod of Deep Hunter to tremble in your pack as if the two share some arcane affinity for each other. Try to siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild and break the imprisoning ward. The enchantment slips through your fingers in spite of its advanced age and depleted state. Clearly someone built this prison to resist any potential meddling. Shit. Well, I don't want to disable the enchantments, or I'm letting them go and I gotta fight them. Leave it for a moment. Let me see here. Metaphysics of 1. What the hell could raise metaphysics? Do I have anything? You're right. I'd have to get like 7 metaphysics. There's no way I've got the stuff for that. I've not even really seen any items that increase metaphysics that I could think of. Damn, dragon, I hate to do this to you, but I think I'm gonna have to screw you over. That's one thing I think is kind of... I wish... Like, Takehu's right there. I wish that Takehu was able to handle this. It's kind of weird that he has, like, no say in this. Like, he's barred from having any interaction with us. It's very weird. Just for my own fascination. Just want to check through here real quick. My own curiosity. There's not going to be anything. Shit. There's no foods that's going to up your metaphysics. That wouldn't make sense. Constitution. My diplomacy. That's minus diplomacy. Yeah. There's a pet you can buy in a sacred stairs that gives 2 metaphysics, and there's a drug that increases metaphysics by 2, and then one of the dancers in a wild mare gives 2 metaphysics, and then plus a certain potion item combined with 7. So if you had 2 metaphysics baseline, could get it. If that required you use another save anyway. One of the dancers in a wild mare. Could buy a pet. There's a drug that increases metaphysics by 2. Hold up. Watershaper's Guild autosave, I'd have to go through all that again. Is this before the dragon? If it's not, I'm probably just going to go ahead and not game it and just imprison them. I hate to do it, but... This is the whole place again. let's do it.
Sweet redemption.
It's not like killing these guys is gonna take long. I'll wipe out this area, and then before I open a door, I'll go take care of all that stuff to boost my stuff. But I might have to finish this tomorrow because I only got like 25 minutes left. The door's not open, so I should be able to leave from this save, I would think. Not actually interacted with the dragon yet.
A curse on us.
Can't loot the rod. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna leave her there. Just bleed there for a while, it's okay. Okay. Let's just go take care of everything real quick. I still gotta figure out what that potion is. I hope I have it. Alright. We're just we're just gonna leave that woman to bleed on the ground there while I go for a quick fling at the wild mirror. Alright, there's a pet in the sacred stairs. Let's go do that first. Luminous Ondra potion. I'll have to see if I even have one. I actually should probably check that first. Apparently not. Let me glance through things real quick. Should have sold these traps. I'd have less to look through. +3 constitution, health, power levels. I can craft one. Oop, shit. Damn it. Alright, it's a potion. Luminous Ondra. Removes all injuries, +2 skills until rest. Alright, let's make one of those. So we got that. Now... the metaphysics drug is an incense. These are my drugs. Wait. Incense. Blessed incense. Okay, we got that. How long does that last? 120 seconds. Alright, we'll hold on to that. We won't use that yet. Yeah, that's true too, isn't it? Shit. Well, I'm dialed in now. I might as well go do it. So let's go head to an inn and respec.
What are you doing, Charles? What's Charles doing? How are you doing?
Do you want to say hi, Jaws? No, you don't talk usually. Alright, so let's go to Wildmare. I'll respec liquid real quick. And then probably I'll get to where I go back to the dragon, and then we'll lead off with that tomorrow. I'd stay longer, but Ruger's gonna need his pills.
Now, you see anything you like?
Actually, wait a minute. Accurate carnage. Okay, just taking a glance at what I had.
What can you see anything you like?
And dialogue. Barbaric yell. Blooded. History and metaphysics. Put metaphysics into 10 and then put the rest in history, but you're gonna check. Alright. Metaphysics. And what the hell is it giving you? Athletics. Diplomacy 2, bluff 3, or insight 3 to convince them. This requires a metaphysics check of 9 to manipulate the 4 wards. By the animacy cat. Can suggest extra. Okay. I need diplomacy 2, bluff 3, or insight 3. Also, it looks like. Barbaric blow. What else we got? Weapon shield, no. 2 weapon style, no. Thick skinned. Accurate carnage, I know I want, but I also want 2-handed style. Let's see, metaphysics. Until 10. Athletics. Accurate carnage. Metaphysics. Wild sprint. Barbarian makes a courageous stand against all attackers, grants a melee damage bonus when he's near 2 or more enemies, and Barbarian requires an additional threatening enemy to become flanked. One stands alone. I remember you having that before. Bloody slaughter. Metaphysics 5. Let's give you Bloodlust. Athletics, metaphysics. Blood Frenzy, Savage Defiance. Metaphysics 6-7. Unflinching, while hurt or better, gains resistance. Against bodily afflictions, or oh, I never gave you Barbaric Yell, shit. Good thing I caught that, I use that sometimes. Let's give you 2-handed weapons. Metaphysics, Athletics. Crushing Blow, Barbaric Smash, Crushing Blow, Leap. Next. Athletics, Metaphysics. Interrupting Blows. Athletics. Alright, Metaphysics is a 10. Lion sprint, ram sprint. I didn't do that before. Improve critical. Brute force. Athletics. So I need diplomacy 2, bluff 3, or insight as well here. Bluff, insight, and diplomacy, none of which I have. But we'll dump 2 into diplomacy because that'll use less spaces, and then we'll just do the rest into history. Uses less points, I mean. Spell resistance. Athletics. Diplomacy at 2, and then the rest into history. Bloodstorm. Bloodthirst. Not that this matters that much because I'm going to be giving him his stuff back after this quest. I'll respec him again, but history. I'll give you freaking that. Athletics, history. Take that. Nope. Not metaphysics, history. Athletics. Heart of Fury. Panther's Leap. Athletics. Athletics, history, take that. That. Alright. I'm gonna save this on another slot. Okay, that should be enough, so let's head back and clear out the dungeon again, get to the door, and I'll see what time it is. It is duck out of here. This is closer.
Sing us another about the shores of Rauatai.
Prickies. Watershaper Guild, accept. Oh, run. Guild ruins. Hi, you doing okay after all that?
Myru.
Peace, too many. Even for me. No time for for once. Find the rod.
Just gotta fast forward through this real quick.
Failing.
Myru by Ngati. The words, it must have meant something. Myru, a vague plea. Nakara.
Alright, let's talk to you real quick. Yeah, I'm in the middle of something here.
Take them down.
Okay, let's talk. Ooh. Blighted shot grants blighted shot. Once per encounter, putrefied heart infuses a shot with debilitating toxins affecting the target with the hobbled and weakened afflictions. What all do I have to do next with that? Kill 10 enemies with empowered attacks. I'm gonna have to specifically do that. Okay, we can do that. I'll just have to remember to do it.
The wheel. How it... At least in death, I... Hit... You must strengthen the wards. No matter what it tells you.
Thank you, Restwell. Continue, inspect. Hold your hand, wipe away your tear, attempt to read a plaque.
This is the tomb.
Leave. Loot you. Let's go get this rod.
Hey,
wait. Oh. Alright, well, you ran ahead. I didn't want to. I wanted to get that thing, but okay. Here, just back up. Take this guy out. Since they're just gonna run up first, I might as well just not even worry about that totem. Get him. He's gonna be dead before you get to him. Wait a minute. You two switch and go after him. Maya, empowered. Twin shot on that guy. You didn't kill him, Maya. Ouch, Eder. Maya, throw fire at this thing, get rid of it. Or Sodi. Oh, you have a name. That everybody? Yes, everybody. Take your stuff. Rod of Deep Hunter. Take that. Take all that. Okay, to the door. Fish moon, rain moon, hands. Touch the door. Manipulate dial. Alright, angler. Moon. Rain. Moon. Hands.
Have you come to deliver me?
Get my bearings.
Just give it some.
What is?
I am liquid.
You cannot. This prison is built on a foundation of their lives.
What are you talking about?
Stand an art in ones. The guild.
I like what.
Daughter when them for months. The hat and now the Deadfire.
You're the reason.
One of ages now that I got your disgrace. So pure.
The other water shapers knew nothing about this.
Mother. The goddess and her insufferable freedom, I said, my kid,
We have a respite if he speaks.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
Answer questions.
Tolerate your curiosity.
What if we exercise the imprisoned portion of your soul?
No. My soul is not for the taking.
We're letting you free, isn't that what you want? Take a close look at the rose stones. Continue.
Very well.
Continue. Continue.